everyone, it's Dr. Danielle here, mom, physical therapist, rehab specialist, and I love to talk everything and anything that has to do with your shoulder. So for Feel Good Friday, this is our episode topic for today, is if I'm having popping and clicking in my shoulder, what does it mean? What could it be? What are my treatment options? And of course, I'm always going to leave you with a takeaway message from my talks. So if for the purposes of keeping my videos short, I'm just going to go into two categories, which is popping and clicking without pain or discomfort, and clicking and popping combined with pain, discomfort, instability, and weakness. So for first one, clicking and popping without pain really is not an abnormal finding. Some studies have suggested that there is some kind of sudden pressure buildup in the joint that creates like a noise in the joint or a sensation in the joint of some kind of altered pressure between the cavities in your shoulder. Pain associated with clicking and popping, instability and weakness is usually what we call a pathological finding. Like something is happening in that joint that's causing it to be painful, to click, to pop, and to be unstable. So since your shoulder joint is like one of the most unstable joints, it moves in several directions. It is usually most commonly the joint that most people feel clicking and popping in. And clicking and popping usually is bilateral. So what are some of the causes? There's no like main cause, but there's a couple of reasons why you could be having clicking and popping with pain and discomfort, with instability, and with weakness. So I'm gonna focus on the clicking and popping with pain for today's talk. It could be due to sports injuries. It could be due to a tear of some kind of some of the structure in the shoulder itself, like the lining called the labrum. It could be due to just degenerative changes such as arthritis. It could be where the cartilage is worn out from that cushions the bones, and it's a constant friction, and it feels like sandpaper rubbing together. So those are just some of the changes in your shoulder that could be causing clicking and popping with pain. What are your treatment options for that? First of all, if you notice that the clicking and popping is getting worse, it's getting louder, it's getting more painful to move your arm, stuff like that, you definitely want to go see your physician, your physical therapist. Make sure that you get that checked out. Anything that is left untreated when there's that kind of issue in your shoulder can become a bigger issue later. So the typical treatment options for clicking and popping with pain and where there is an actual injury to the shoulder, one, we want to be going through a protective phase. So if you're doing a repetitive overuse job or daily activities or anything to aggravate that shoulder, you're going to want to take a break from that activity, rest the shoulder, and obviously move it only in a pain-free range just to keep the joint mobile. The second option is flexibility. You want to make sure that you are keeping your the range of motion, all that, while you're going through the process of the protective phase. You don't want to just lock it down because later on you have an issue with flexibility. Third, you're going to progress to strengthening. Once you are able to move your shoulder in a normal range of motion and without pain, then you are going to progress to a strengthening program, which is basically strengthening the muscles, the rotator cuff muscles that support your shoulder. The fourth option would be obviously not necessarily in that order, but if you want to reduce pain and inflammation, you could add massage, you could add other modalities to reduce the pain and inflammation at that time. So what is the takeaway message? If you are having popping and clicking with pain, with instability, with weakness, that is obviously an issue that you want to get treated and taken care of. You do not want to ignore it, because especially with general wear and tear of your shoulder, if you continue to aggravate that shoulder, you could actually start to tear structures in there, or and then now you might have to have a surgery to repair it. So you don't want to wait till it gets to that point. The other takeaway message is, make sure that if you are unsure, you need to pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to your body, listen to your body, and of course see the right healthcare professional for your situation. If you have any questions or concerns on today's topic, please feel free to contact me. You can DM me, or you can drop a comment in the section below. Please share this out. Again, I love talking everything shoulder and educating as much as we can. So have a great Friday. Thank you for tuning on. Bye.